What's up everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about the best basketball shoes you can get for summer of 2026, and essentially I based this list on the shoes being durable, the shoes having a relatively good cushioning setup, and the shoes being breathable. There's a few exceptions, but let's get straight into it and talk about that later, with the first pair being the Wade All-City 13. I know the 13 Encore and the 14 are already out, but I actually think the 13 with those thinner synthetic fabric-like materials, or mesh-like materials, my bad, are the best suited for outdoor basketball because they have a very durable outsole, they have a nice full-length boom cushioning setup, and they have those durable yet thin materials so your foot can actually breathe when you're playing outdoors, and they're also a great pair indoors or for indoor basketball. That essentially goes for all the shoes on this list as well. If you only have money to get one pair and want the best out of both worlds for indoors and outdoors, every one of these pairs can be used on hardwood surfaces and on concrete surfaces and will actually hold you up for quite some time, with these being near the top of the list. Another big plus is they're available on sale right now, and you can use my discount code LUCAS10 on the official Way of Wade website. If you're wondering where you can copy the shoes, you can find affiliate links and discount codes to all of them in the description box down below, and it would really support me if you purchase through these links. The second pair I want to talk about is the ANTA Kai 2. So yet again, another shoe that already has a successor that's available on the market in the ANTA Kai 3. But in my opinion, the Kai 2 is better suited for outdoors, mainly because the traction setup is way more durable, really one of the most durable outsole setups you can get. And yet again, the retail price is amazing, around $130, and you can also find an affiliate link for ANTA in the description box down below. One thing these don't do as well is the cushioning setup. It's very bouncy and responsive, but it's just not as plush or has as much impact protection as some other pairs on this list. So as always, it's really up to you to make the final decision, because every shoe is a little bit different and does some things very well, but others maybe not as well. And then you can choose what's more important to you. Do you want a more durable outsole, or do you want more cushioning? Do you want less cushioning, etc. And one thing these also have is the pairs with the synthetic uppers. They're a little bit plasticky, but they're also more breathable than some other pairs and more breathable than the ANTA Kai 3. So in my opinion, this is also a nice pair, especially because these are also crazy supportive. You've got great lockdown, and the durable outsole just speaks for itself. Then one pair you might think, what the hell is the Shea 01 from Converse doing on this list? But hear me out. These can be worn on court and they can be worn off court. They look amazing with pants or joggers. I got in a second colorway as well. The outsole is surprisingly durable, a nice herringbone-like pattern that works indoors, that works outdoors. The overall comfort is off the charts. You got a zoom unit in the forefoot, so impact protection is there, but the rest of the shoe is rather low to the ground. But if you really want a bang for your buck shoe that you can wear on court, indoors and outdoors, and that you can wear off court, the Shea one is really a great pair. The one major downside to them, of course, is that they're not breathable at all. The kind of neoprene and synthetic leather upper here just don't let any air through, especially if the zipper is closed. They're really comfortable, but breathability just isn't the best. The next pair I want to talk about is the Joker 1 from 361 Degrees. I absolutely love the Joker 2s, but unfortunately the outsole just isn't as durable as here on the Joker 1s, and that's exactly why I put the Joker 1s on this list. Plus they're also available for a cheaper price right now, for $130 as opposed to $150 for the Joker 2s. And they have all around amazing performance, and there's some really cool colorways available. If you want to get a colorway that is slightly more breathable, go for this one. It has like a kind of plasticky synthetic upper, as opposed to some other colorways that have a synthetic leather upper. I think you'll see some close-ups on screen of those colorways, because those are the ones that I actually have good footage with. So these are slightly more breathable, but overall breathability isn't the best. But you get an insanely durable outsole, a really comfy cushioning setup, and crazy support features, which is also always very important in my opinion if you're playing outdoors. And what's also really nice is that they're a really versatile pair. They can be worn by big guys, they can be worn by fast and shifty guards, they can be worn by a strong forward. It's really a pair that works for every position and for every type of court or surface, at least that I've tried them on. And I also think they have some really cool colorways available, which is also important, but of course not as important as the performance. The next pair I have is the 808 5 Ultra from Way of Wade. The Volume 2 is also a great option. I would actually recommend them if you mainly play outdoors, simply because the outsole is slightly more durable. Essentially, it's the same pattern and type of rubber, but it just holds up a little bit longer from my personal experience and also what some of you have commented under my past videos on the regular 8085 Ultra. But the reason why I went with these for this video in particular is that the materials are just so nice and thin, breathable, soft. So if you're someone who sometimes hoops outdoors and more regularly hoops indoors, these are the perfect option. The main attraction or go-to feature of this shoe is the Super Boom drop-in midsole. Insanely comfortable, a lot of impact protection, crazy bouncy, and yet not too high off the ground so you're not unstable. The support features are also very good. You've got a carbon fiber shank plate, you've got some carbon fiber accents in the heel, and I mentioned the materials already. And what's also nice is that they're also on sale and you can get them for around $130. Just another reminder, for way of weight, my discount code is LucasSimona10. It works on almost every pair, and you can just try it out on the official website. And I also have discount codes and links for ANTA, 361, and also for kicks, where you can find the Luca .77. These are also a little bit older, but they are also a very nice pair for outdoors. For one, they're pretty damn cheap, coming in at around €100, and with my code Lucas, you can get another 5% off. Then they have a nice and durable outsole. I actually used this pair outdoors quite a bit, and it still holds up decently well, let's say it like that. In the forefoot, there's some areas where the pattern is kind of wearing off a little bit, but the rest of the shoe is still holding up very, very well. Then we have an air zoom unit in the forefoot of the shoe, which is also nice for a budget version. So if you play a lot on your forefoot, you're covered in terms of impact protection, and the rest of the heel is just a regular foam, but it's actually also really comfortable. And of course, the materials, you can see it here on the side, are very thin and breathable, yet still supportive enough. That's maybe the one, I wouldn't say downside because it's not a big weakness, but the one thing that this shoe doesn't do as well is just lateral support or torsional support. There is a plastic shank plate, you can see it here a little bit, and unfortunately I can't really show you that well how they flex because my hand is still broken. I can't bend or apply that much pressure, but as you can see, they do flex quite easily. I can even do it with one hand, so to speak. So that's my one concern with this shoe. If you need a lot of support, I would go for some other pairs. I mentioned the very, very supportive pairs on this list anyways already. Joker 2, for example, Joker 1, for example, Kai 2. I would go for those, but if you don't mind that, if you don't need an as supportive shoe and want a really cheap bang for your buck shoe, these are absolutely amazing. The same can be said for the Wade Flash 2, pretty much a copy and paste shoe of the Luca .77, even a little cheaper if I'm not mistaken, but the midfoot support is a little bit worse even, so those I would really only recommend if you're maybe very young, if you're not as heavy yet, and just if you don't need an as supportive midfoot, or let's say you have custom insoles that you throw in there that add more support to your shoes anyways. Next up is the Wade Shadow 7, so another pair from Way of Wade. They really have great shoes for outdoors. These actually come in a mismatching colorway, which is really cool, so you can even buy mismatched shoes on their website if that's something for you. And pretty much like all the shoes on this list already, they have a very durable outsole. We've got good supportive features. We've got a nice cushioning setup. You can see it here. It's exposed on the lateral side of your shoe and also on the medial side. And then we also have materials that are relatively thin with a nice kind of toe guard or plasticky overlay here. If you're a toe dragger, they will hold up longer outdoors. And as you can see, they're pretty soft and thin, and overall a nice pair. I also really enjoyed the Shadow 6 Volume 2s, but those are not as supportive as the Shadow 7. So if you may want to spend a little bit less and you don't mind the support or the torsional support not being as good, then go for the Shadow 6 Volume 2. If you want a little bit more support, go for the Shadow 7. One more pair I want to mention is the Way of Wade 10. You can see them here in the background behind me. They have a very durable outsole, like almost every pair from Way of Wade. A full-length carbon fiber plate, you could see it here as well. Full-length boom cushioning, which is really comfortable, and then we have very thin and breathable materials as well. But of course, the downside is these are a little bit more expensive, and if you mainly play outdoors, I don't know if you're willing to spend 200 euros for an outdoor pair that will inevitably, even if they're durable and have durable materials and an outsole that holds up well, wear down after some time of using them, let's say on a daily basis outdoors. And now the last pair I want to talk about is the GD Cut Academy or Cross series, essentially the budget version of the GD Cut line. I haven't tried the newer versions yet, but I have tried the regular GD Cut Academy and the GD Cut Cross, and both feel very nice on foot for a cheap retail price of around 100 euros or dollars. A durable herringbone outsole, a forefoot air zoom cushioning setup, then foam in the heel, similar to the Luca .77, that's still very comfortable. And here the materials are a little bit more reinforced and thicker, not as breathable. So if you want a little bit more support, go for the Cross. If you want thinner materials and slightly less support, go for the regular GD Cut Academy. With all that being said, that's all I have for you today. Let me know what you think of my list. I'd really appreciate it if you could leave a like on the video, comment your thoughts as I said, and of course subscribe to my channel if you don't want to miss any further reviews and videos. Have a good one and see you next time.